And today, if you watch how these best professionals are preparing, one very important component of their training is using parts of my earlier life. I was also involved in the sport. So I could say that even in some other sport disciplines which I was practicing, bodybuilding was one part of the training, not as a main training, but as one additional power training, especially during the period when I was rowing. So it was quite a long period. It was almost 5 years of my life. Then especially during the winter, we had so-called dry trainings when the conditions on the river were so bad and so cold. Sometimes it was even, this river was frozen. So it was in Zagreb, in Croatia, where winters are very, very cold. So we were forced to do our trainings to keep our power and to maintain our bodies. We did so-called dry trainings inside. So it was one kind of very primitive gym. It was not equipped with machines like it's today. So there were parts, plates made of iron, approximately. We say this is 20 kilograms, this is 40 kilograms, this is 60, 80, but we did it. We did it very hard. Because in those times it was totally different. There were totally different times. So everything was unknown and each little thing was a luxury. So we had to live according possibilities and conditions which were present in those times. So it was, as I'm born 1952, it was, let's say, end of 50s, start of 60s. It was beginning of sport, and of course that conditions were totally different than they are today. So practically 50 or 55 years later, it changed drastically. A rowing coach, he used old good Soviet school of drill. So he was university level coach, plus he was European champion in rowing, in single boat, and he really drilled us ruthlessly. We were juniors, but we were extremely powerful, and he put a lot of his attention to this component of power and explosivity. So he made, I could say, monsters from us. So comparing to our seniors, I think I can say we were bigger and stronger than they were, because they were more or less recreatives or semi-recreatives, so they didn't have chances against us. So this was beginning. This was, let's say, I started when I was 14 with this rowing and finished with 19. After that, I was training wrestling for some time and 2 years of boxing. So in those training, it was not so much work with weights, which I was missing. Because even in those times, I had a feeling that work with weights could improve my ability in wrestling and in boxing. And today, if you watch how these best professionals are preparing, one very important component of their training is using the weights and one kind of bodybuilding. It's very important to increase the power Of course, not only the raw power, but also explosivity. So definitely bodybuilding is included today in all kind of sports. Is it athletic? Is it martial art? But it's one very, very, very important component of the training, of preparation.
Why?
Well, bodybuilding, I would say, it's crucial for increasing the power. There is no other way except using the weights, except heavy training, that you increase your power. Power and durability. These are two components in any sport, plus specific parts of each sport. So is it movements with your legs, movements with your body, using your arms? It depends what kind of sport. Is it martial art? Is it football? Is it swimming? But in any kind of sport, I would say basic thing is to prepare body, to prepare in the way that they have enough of muscles, enough of power, enough of explosivity. So this is like one fundament, one solid fundament, and on this solid fundament you can build the walls which you want, which are determined by any particular sport. Find the right person, because if you are not enough motivated, it's always somebody who shall motivate. And I would say, if we are talking about coaching, a right coach, it's not only the coach who is big, who has big muscles, nice smile. He must be very, very, very good in psychology and must know how to motivate the people. And trust me, with one nice approach, everything is possible. So find the right person if you can't do this alone, if you don't have enough motivation, lack of motivation. Later would be easier. When you see the first results, so you are start losing your fat, your muscles become bigger, you became more durable, your complete body status is changing, you feel better, your mood becomes better, your self-confidence is growing. It will be just additional motivation, additional push to you and to each person.